All right, so our next step will be to take our loom. This is what you're going to put your belt on. And first we need to put your name on there. So you should get a piece of tape. Your name is going to get placed onto there, anywhere on there. And then you're going to get a piece of string. Now your string is really, really long, and we need it to be really, really long because we're going to be wrapping our loom a little bit differently. So this string is called your warp string, W-A-R-P. And what we're going to start off with first is we're going to flip the loom over, so our name's in the back. And I'm going to pick one of these two teeth. These little things at the top here are teeth. One of these two on the side, and I'm going to place my string behind just one of those teeth. Then I'm going to tie a knot. So I crisscrossed the tail of my knot, or my string, over the long part of my string. And then this tail is going to go through the loop, and I'm going to pull it. You're going to want to double knot this, so I'm going to show you that knot again. So here's the long part of my warp string. Here's the short tail. I crisscross the short tail over the long end. This short tail is then going to wrap around and go through that loop. And then I pull. Once you've double knotted it, then we're ready for the next step. So now I'm going to hold on my string, and I'm going to pull it from one end of my loom to the other. Now you might remember from last year, what we did was we had our strings go around the tooth and down the front. We're going to do it differently this year. So I'm going to take that string, stick it in between the first and second tooth, and then I'm going to flip it over and make that string go up the back. And now it's going to go in between the second and third tooth because I've already tied my knot over here. Let me go back and show you that again. So my knot has already been tied, double knotted. Take my string, bring it over to the other side of the loom, put my string in between the first and second tooth. I'm then going to flip it over. My string is going up the back, and it's going in between the second and third teeth. Okay, I will flip it over again. My string will go in the teeth on the other side. You don't even have to flip it over if you don't want to. You can just make it come up the back. And now I know it's going to come in between these two teeth. I don't want to share, this string doesn't want to share a home with that string. It's got to go into a new home in between these two new teeth. I'm going to make sure on the front I have 6 strings. So I'm continuing this pattern. Right now I have 4 strings on the front. I'm going to keep going until I have 6 strings. All right. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my string, going to wrap it around that side tooth. Let me show you again. Instead of going up the back, I'm going to wrap that string around that tooth. Okay, so I have 6 strings on the front. I have 5 on the back. So if you're still wondering, I have 5 on the back, 6 on the front. Now I'm going to tie a knot to this string here, double knot. So I take the end of my string, I'm going to crisscross it over this one. So here's the tail, crisscrossed over the string. It's going to wrap around that string. And you'll notice how the tail is sitting in between these strings, kind of in the middle of this big giant loop. That's where I want it. I'm going to grab the tail and pull. Now remember, I need a double knot, so I'm going to do this again. The tail of my string crisscrosses here over the side string. I pick up the side string, wrap my string around or underneath. It is sitting in this giant loop. I pull on the tail. Once you've done that, then you can use your scissors and trim the tail. You don't want it too short. You want to leave probably a good 6 inches still. We're going to need that tail later.